Guys, if you thought that his laughter, at least seasons 5 through 9, wasn't annoying enough, then his crying is even worse than you can imagine. In this one, he tries his best to be less annoying, but in the end, he was annoying at the end, and I'm gonna tell you why. So, cue the intro, please. What's up? It's me, Disney, Tom and Jerry, The Simpsons, Dookie, and the Magic School Bus fan 1996 here again. Today, here is my review slash rant on another SpongeBob SquarePants episode. It is this time on A Day Without Tears. So basically, what the plot's about, SpongeBob wakes up and he's in his cheerful mood as always until he stubs his toe and then he starts crying. And then there was a scene where he tries to get his pants but it ripped and he cries about it. And when he was eating cereal, he listened to a sad song and of course he freaking cries. And Squidward comes to a point where that stupid sponge is such a freaking crybaby. And unfortunately, life is gonna be hell with him when I go to freaking work today, which freaking sucks. Yeah. That's how much Squidward can't stand SpongeBob. Because SpongeBob causes hell to Squidward. And when he was doing Krabby Patties, Mr. Krabs had to interrupt and the patty fell. And SpongeBob, of course, he cries about it. And it comes to a point where Squidward finally snaps at him. And SpongeBob then cries because, well, he yelled at him. SpongeBob, get a grip, okay? You need to get a freaking grip and stop acting like a freaking baby. And then Squidward and SpongeBob had a chat, and Squidward's like, "You've cried like 43 times," and then SpongeBob's like, "Did you wrote that number on the chalkboard?" And Squidward's like, "Yes!" And he asks why, and then he shows the video clips where SpongeBob had cried so many times throughout the years. And Squidward tells SpongeBob, "I bet you can go the rest of the day without crying." And SpongeBob talks to Patrick, saying, "Can I do this?" And Patrick's like, "Yeah, you could do it." And then SpongeBob tries his best to not cry, and throughout the day, and of course, there were some scenes where Squidward eventually he tries to make SpongeBob cry, but at the very end, when SpongeBob, yeah, SpongeBob and Squidward had made an agreement. If SpongeBob weakens himself, he has to do various chores with Squidward for a year, and if he doesn't, Squidward has to sleep over SpongeBob's house. So Squidward eventually tries to make SpongeBob cry throughout the day, the whole day. Like a beautiful sunset, sad news stories, a sad song with the clarinet, and telling him a sad story. And then SpongeBob had hold his tears until midnight, and Squidward had failed to make SpongeBob cry. Eventually, Squidward loses and he sleeps over SpongeBob's house. And SpongeBob was crying that Bikini Bottom was. SpongeBob had been crying over Bikini Bottom like hell. And now that SpongeBob won, Squidward's now sleeping over with him, and Squidward starts to cry. And that's basically what the plot is for the entire episode. This episode was very abysmal. Before we jump into the negatives, is there anything positive about this episode? No. No positive things about it. So let's dive into the negatives. First of all, in this episode, SpongeBob is such a baby. He cries over everything. He even cries even if he loses his job. Oh wait, that's SpongeBob, you're fired. He cries over everything. Like he cried over a sad song. He cried when he stubbed his toe, and he cried when his pants was ripped. Come on, SpongeBob. Really, SpongeBob? Really? You really have to cry over everything whenever something bad happens or sad happening? I understand. A lot of people cry sometimes, but seriously, you don't cry all the time. And Squidward, he tries to make SpongeBob cry, and he tries his best so he can make SpongeBob do some chores. But eventually he fails. And yeah. Like he tries his best so that SpongeBob can weaken himself, but SpongeBob had stayed strong. Like when he saw a beautiful sunset, and he tries to get SpongeBob to cry. Same goes with the sad news stories with funerals, and sad song with the clarinet, and saddening bedtime stories. And SpongeBob had hold his tears until midnight. And yeah. Eventually SpongeBob wins, and then SpongeBob cries all over Bikini Bottom like hell. Okay, guys? Like, first of all, how is that even possible? Him crying all over Bikini Bottom. How the hell is that even possible to begin with? That doesn't make any sense at all. It's no wonder why his crying is much more annoying than his laughter. At least seasons 5 through 9. Him crying over everything in this episode, it was just very cringeworthy. Especially at the beginning. You know, I understand people can cry if they lost a family member, or if they lost a friend, or they had a bad day or something like that. Some people can cry out on those stuff. And it's okay. But SpongeBob crying over everything? That's just ridiculous. If he cried in SpongeBob You're Fired in the first place, how come SpongeBob didn't even stay calm and move on with his life and find another job that's not Krabby Patty addicted to him? That's freaking bull crap. This is a really abysmal episode. SpongeBob was very annoying with his crying, and the plot didn't make any sense whatsoever. The plot is very confusing. And forcing people to cry, how is that even possible? And SpongeBob crying over Bikini Bottom like hell. How the hell is that even possible to begin with? I don't know. Maybe some dopey director just want to make this episode. This is a very abysmal and dope. Yeah, actually, yes, it is also a dopey episode. It's very dopey as well, because Squidward tries to weaken SpongeBob, and that's stupid. Because SpongeBob tries to stay strong, but Squidward does a very mean thing to him, but by making him cry. Seriously, that's stupid. Above all, this episode was very abysmal. The plot didn't make any sense. The ending was stupid. And SpongeBob was very annoying throughout the entire episode, even with his crying. So, for my final rating for this episode, I give this episode a 1 out of 7. Horrendous film. Horrendous episode. Ugh, sorry guys. I meant horrendous episode. It's a very horrendous episode. It's not. I know it's not a film. I said film by accident. Sorry, guys. Ugh. And that's all I would like to say. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to me. This is me signing off, and I'll see you guys next time on my next SpongeBob episode rant. See you guys later.